Today I'm going to do the cigar flavor notes of this Diplomatico from Havana, Cuba. Let's see how it goes. Here you can see another aspect of Mexico City. In the far end you can see the Hotel de Mexico, and here you can see some condominium buildings from Colonia Condesa. This is the Diplomatico number 2 from Havana, Cuba. This is one of Cuba's most popular pyramid-shaped cigars. It competes with the Montecristo number 2, which is also very popular. Some people is of the opinion that this cigar has a better taste than Montecristo number 2. So we'll taste it today and see if it is really good or not. So let's cut it and get started. So I cut the cigar. Now it's a matter of lighting it and seeing how good the flavor is. I'm in the first third of this Diplomatico number 2, and you can see that the burn is very even, the ashes are holding, the glow is perfect. This shape usually is conducive to a very good draw. The hot air has to concentrate through the smaller mouth of the cigar. That has been my experience with this shape. It's a good shape to have. Some characteristics of this cigar is that the aroma is very pleasant. Like, I've been smoking Cuban cigars for the last week, and some of the others have aromas that were either very strong. Some of them, I'm not going to say which one, but at least one of them, it was almost stinky. Not very pleasant, but the Diplomatico number 2 has a very, very pleasant aroma. And it also has a very pleasant flavor, like it's slightly milder than other Cuban cigars, and it's just a complex but delicious flavor. I think it's definitely the best tasting of the ones I had on this trip. So I'm really having a great time, and it's also a lot less expensive and bigger than other Cuban cigars. So I definitely think that this is a great experience. If I could bring them into the US, I would probably bring a box of these ones, but unfortunately that's not possible. But at least I'm enjoying this one tonight, and it's really a great time. I'll continue with the first third. I'll keep reporting the second third, and then I'll do the flavor notes. I continue in the first third of this Diplomatico number 2, and you can see that the burn is relatively even, the ashes are holding, the flavor is delicious, the aroma is also delicious. So I'm having a great time. I'll continue and I'll report back. I finished the first third of this Diplomatico number 2, and as you can see, the ashes are holding, the burn is perfectly even, the draw is perfect, the flavor is delicious. So I'll do now the second third, and then I'll report back with the flavor notes. I continue in the second third of this Diplomatico number 2. And we can see that I'm like halfway through the second third, and the flavor is slightly milder in the second third, which is typical of a lot of fancy cigars. But you can see that the burn remains even, the ashes continue to hold. So I'm going to ash it and continue in the second third, and at the end of the second third I'll do the flavor notes. I'm at the end of the second third of this Diplomatico number 2, and you can see that once again the burn is even, the ashes are holding, the draw continues to be perfect. So I'm going to ash it and I'm going to do the flavor notes now. The name of the cigar is Diplomatico number 2. The brand is Diplomaticos. The shape is pyramid or pyramid. The size is 6 inches and 1/8, ring gauge 52. The occasion is my vacation in Mexico. The cost of this cigar is approximately $19.50, give or take, which is less expensive and is also a bigger cigar than other brands. So in that context is a good option. The manufacturer is Habanos S.A. Manufacturer location is Cuba. The wrapper origin is Cuban Habano. The wrapper type color is Colorado Claro. The binder origin is Cuba and the filler origin is Cuba. In terms of the flavor meter, the body, the flavor, and the strength of the cigar are mild to medium. It definitely has a lot of flavor and a lot of aroma. In terms of the flavor wheel, the flavor is very complex. When you first light it, you get a strong creamy note, a strong leathery note. You get a lot of spiciness, especially in the retrohale. You get a strong sweet note. You get woody, earthy, and definitely a strong chocolate note. In terms of the ratings, in appearance, I will give it a 10. You saw that it has this very nice band, the very nice shape. In terms of construction, I will also give it a 10. You saw that the burn is perfectly even, the ashes hold, the draw is perfect. In terms of flavor, I will give it like a 92. This is definitely the best flavor of any cigar that I had on this trip. And remember, back in December, I had other cigars like the Coibas Siglo 1 and 2, Montecristo number 5, and Romeo y Julieta Regalias de Londres that were also great. But this is definitely the best cigar on this trip so far. And it is also, the aroma is delicious. Is the best aroma I've had on this trip. In terms of value for the money, I will give it a 9 because even though it's an expensive cigar, the duration of the cigar, the flavor, the aroma, and everything make it a great experience. And in terms of the overall rating, I will also give it a 9. Like I said before, if we could bring Cuban cigars into the US legally, I will buy an entire box and bring it with me. I won't do that, but it's definitely a great option and a great experience. I continue in the last third of this Diplomatico number 2, and the flavor is getting stronger again, like is typical in fancy cigars. The last third is usually the best. So I'm going to continue, and at some point soon I will remove the band, and then I'll report in total smoking time. I continue in the last third of this Diplomatico number 2, and you can see that the ashes hold and that the burn remains even. The flavor is now very pleasant again and very strong. So I'm going to ash it. I have maybe maybe less than a quarter of an inch left on this cigar. So it'll probably be quick before it's done, but I've been smoking it for over an hour already. So I'll continue and I'll report back on total smoking time. I have less than an inch left on this Diplomatico number 2, and I'm about to throw it away. Total smoking time is an hour and 8 minutes. And like I said, the flavor was great. Like some people has commented, is better the first third. The last third is also very, very good. So it's really one of the best Cuban cigars. It's also, the cost per minute comes to like 33 cents per minute because it's less than $20 for over an hour. So it's a good price, it's a good cigar and a good experience, and I really recommend it.